This is Campus News, reporting the top stories from colleges and universities.
Next on Campus News.
Protests against the actions of federal immigration officers in Minneapolis have happened across the country. How students have impacted the demonstrations in Fargo-Moorhead.
NDSU football fans will see new opponents across the sidelines next fall. Learn where the Bison have found a new mountain to climb.
Lights down, noise up. MSUM wants students to raise the roof with this new event.
And this annual MSUM event has students up and cheering.
Good morning and welcome to Campus News. I'm Jade Milner.
And I'm Selah Jakeaway. Following the deadly shooting involving federal immigration officers in Minneapolis, anger and outrage are rippling across the country, including on college campuses.
At M State, 2 students are turning that anger into action. Reporter Jalen Wagner has the story.
It's an icy cold February day in Fargo. But that's not stopping these protesters. They're chanting, "No peace, no ice in our streets," holding up signs, and some are even playing instruments. Our streets! Our streets! All standing together to demand change in how ICE is handling immigration enforcement. At the front of the march is Sam Tootin, a Moorhead student and the organizer of the protest.
We kind of figured hey, if we're going to be out here anyway, why not make posters on weekend days where people are going to be able to go and extend it to the rest of the community that way.
After the killing of Minneapolis resident Renee Good, Sam and co-organizer Sage Sand took part in several marches, but soon wanted to do more.
I was talking to Sam, and we were both angry. We hadn't seen anyone in Fargo saying anything about it yet. So we're like, well, we have free will. We can make decisions for ourselves. So we just came out here and tried to make our voices heard.
Tootin says what's happening with immigration enforcement in Minneapolis should matter to everyone in Fargo-Moorhead.
It does feel like everything's kind of a million miles away and it doesn't apply to us here. But that's just not true, especially with something as big as your constitution or other people's constitutional rights being violated. That is something that if it's not currently affecting us all, it will.
Even in frigid temperatures, Tootin continues organizing and pushing forward, determined to amplify all voices across Fargo-Moorhead. Jalen Wagner, Campus News.
Tootin says they're planning more future protests at different locations throughout Fargo-Moorhead. Former Congressman Rick Berg has taken over as the interim president of North Dakota State University. Berg replaced former President David Cook, who was selected as the next president of Iowa State University. The State Board of Higher Education selected Berg for the position last month. NDSU hopes to hire Cook's permanent replacement this spring. Berg says he has 3 goals for NDSU as president: continue momentum, work on funding for higher education, and set the table for the next president. He served as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives for 2 years, from 2011 to 2013. Berg also served 26 years in the North Dakota House.
And North Dakota State University is officially making the jump from the FCS ranks to the FBS, announcing a move to the Mountain West Conference. The transition marks a major shift for the Bison football program, which has long dominated the football championship subdivision and now looks to compete at the highest level of college football. Reporter Carter Powell went to see how Bison Nation feels about the move.
At a packed press conference at the Sanford Health Athletic Complex, reporters gathered to hear from North Dakota State University head coach Tim Polasek about the program's upcoming move to the Mountain West Conference. After years of dominating the FCS, the Bison are stepping up to a new level of competition. But Polasek says the focus isn't on starting over.
I like our ability to go in and compete and, not figure out as we go. We're not doing that here. This is about winning. It always has been.
The energy on campus is hard to miss as the Bison prepare for life in the FBS. For some fans, the excitement comes from the challenge itself and the reality that the competition at the next level won't look quite the same.
There's not much left to prove, the FCS level, so they're gonna lose some games in the FBS, and that's gonna be actually fun to see them lose some games. Winning every game is not the move.
For the coaching staff, This move wasn't about chasing a new opportunity elsewhere. It was about building something greater right here.
I wanted to have a chance to take our staff, who's in the back, and I wanted to be on the sideline with them. I wasn't really looking for any other opportunity but that.
For the Bison, the move marks the end of one dominant era and the beginning of a new challenge on a bigger stage. As the transition unfolds, players, coaches, and fans alike will be watching to see how quickly North Dakota State University can turn FCS success into FBS results. With photographer Zach Sweary, Carter Powell, Campus News.
The move will cost NDSU $17 million, but will gain 22 additional athletic scholarships. A new Defense Department campaign could eliminate tuition aid for military members at dozens of universities. In a memo issued last week, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the department would not provide aid for military students at schools he sees as biased. The ban would begin this fall, leading to confusion among military members who already applied or were accepted to aid programs. Schools impacted include Ivy League universities, along with MIT, Johns Hopkins, NYU, Pepperdine, and dozens of others. Several top political appointees at the Pentagon, including Hegseth, are graduates of Ivy League schools or other top universities.
Minnesota State Moorhead is looking to draw in students across the Red River with a new scholarship opportunity for Fargo and West Fargo graduates. Reporter Hallie Sanders shows us how MSUM hopes to keep high-achieving students in its own backyard.
It's shown what happens when you invest, and you invest intentionally in students in the region, students in this city graduating from this high school.
Following the results of the Moorhead Scholars Program, Minnesota State Moorhead will now offer a new $6,000 scholarship to outstanding students in the Fargo and West Fargo school districts.
If we have the programs and we have a campus that better fits you and suits you for who you are and what your intentions are and how you want to develop, then they should come here. And we want to make sure we're serving everyone in our backyard. So we started the conversation with the two superintendents, and we're thankful that they were both receptive.
To qualify for the scholarship, graduates in the class of 2026 and beyond must earn a GPA of 3.0 or higher, complete the financial aid application, and be enrolled as a full-time student.
If they're not sure yet, we have just provided a viable option financially and a viable option with a great academic history as well. So keep exploring your options before making your decision if you're undecided.
Current students say the scholarship could make a real difference for future classes.
You know, it's a good opportunity. They should take it. And then we can have more people from Fargo than maybe Moorhead, and we can stand out, you know?
For Fargo and West Fargo schools, the scholarship represents a shared investment in keeping students close to home.
We're going to try something. We're going to take a chance on something that we think can have a really big impact down the road. So everybody was just brave in this decision. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that for our kids, and I'm proud of that for our communities. University
leaders say the goal is simple: invest locally now and keep the region's talent here for years to come. With photographer Celia Bierke, Hallie Sanders, Campus News.
Students with a GPA of 3.7 or higher will also have access to reserved seats at the Moorhead Honors Scholarship Competition Day, where students compete for over $1 million in awards. The Concordia nursing class of 2025 achieved a 100% pass rate on the national licensing exam for registered nurses. All 34 students from both the traditional and accelerated programs passed the NCLEX, the exam required to become a licensed RN. Nursing Chair Dr. Jack Rydell says the success comes from strong support and preparation, saying, "We set high expectations and make sure students are ready." The milestone comes as demand for nurses continues to grow.
And at the Spring Career Expo inside the Fargo Dome, companies connected with college students about internships and employment opportunities this year. The impact of artificial intelligence on daily operation is being felt in all industries. Employers in manufacturing, architecture, and engineering say AI is a standard tool in the workplace. While AI skills are not required, they're strongly encouraged. One company is even integrating AI directly into their equipment.
So we just came out with what's called Job Site Companion. So it's an AI integrated tool within our loaders that kind of teach a new user how to operate the machine and operate their attachments efficiently.
Recruiters say tools like this are helping streamline training and prepare students for a rapidly evolving workforce. Artificial intelligence is quickly becoming a major focus in higher education. Reporter Nathan Stang takes a closer look at how MSUM is embracing AI.
I'm close to being similarly.
At MSUM, faculty and students are learning to embrace the new world of AI. One example is an AI research group that have developed different projects like a simulation designed to replicate a focus group environment.
We come up with all the questions, we come up with personas for each participant in the group. We run it a couple times and it gives us a really good foundation of how effective are these questions, are the demographics that we recruited for this, is it a good sampling to be able to get varied responses.
It was this need to learn how to use AI effectively in the classroom that led MSUM to the new Institute for Applied AI. The Institute is designed to help students learn how to use AI in ethical and practical ways as they prepare for future careers.
Applying AI in a positive and ethical manner, we believe, begins with bringing real-world experiences into the classroom so that graduates are best prepared to enter a rapidly evolving workforce.
Several departments are now working to integrate AI into their degree programs, while the computer science program is looking to add an AI graduate degree. Leaders say student input will play a key role as these programs evolve.
To make sure we're doing it well, and that we're doing it so that students, again, have a lot of voice and choice in how they become ready for using AI.
There are some classes who use AI in the classroom, but one class is focused on teaching beginners on how to use AI.
And you should be the master of the AI. You should be the content expert. You should be the source of truth, and AI should be a tool, albeit a powerful one, that you can use to become more productive.
AI continues to reshape the skills industries will need, and MSUM leaders hope the new AI Institute will make students better prepared for the future. With photographer Dallas Carell, Nathan Stang, Campus News.
One AI research group is taking their multi-agent discussion group project to present at Richmond, Virginia.
Valley City State University set a new record for spring enrollment this semester. Valley City State has 1,868 students enrolled this spring, the most in school history. 72 new undergraduate students started this semester, including 20 first-time freshmen and 52 transfer students. VCSU retained 91% of its students from the fall to spring semester. Inside Concordia's Natural History Museum sits the legacy of former biology professor Dr. Ronald Nellermo. The museum showcases part of Nellermo's lifelong dinosaur fossil collection. Many of his students traveled with him to fossil digs in Montana's Hell Creek Formation. The collection includes a massive Triceratops femur and multiple fossilized teeth and jaw bones. Over his career, he built one of the most impressive duck-billed dinosaur collections.
I mean, the bird collection, I think we can largely attribute to Dr. Nellermo, to Ron. And then I think just in terms of the number of students he took out to the Badlands and the influence he had on them, I think is rather impressive.
Many of the fossils have been transferred to the University of North Dakota to continue Concordia's research. North Dakota State University students are braving the cold this week for an important cause.
Reporter Holly Sanders shows us how Greek life tradition is turning freezing temperatures into meaningful change for the Fargo Moorhead community.
You! Donate!
In Fargo, Alpha Tau Omega, alongside other NDSU organizations, are battling the cold with cheers, chants, and constant energy.
Yes!
Their enthusiasm fuels the annual Freeze-a-thon, a fundraiser supporting those transitioning out of homelessness, while offering students a small glimpse into life without stable housing.
In my experience, as long as you're out here with some energy, having a good time, people will like to donate. They want to help out. Yeah!
All of the brothers are really active in helping out when it comes to doing it for a good cause. So, just come see how cold it is out here for us and help those families out.
All funds raised during the event go toward Down Home, a Fargo Moorhead nonprofit that provides families securing a place to live with essential household items and furniture.
I think we're their biggest donor, and they really do depend on us to bring in some money for them to operate each year. So that's kind of what drives us to be out here in the cold, and it's cold.
The Freeze-a-thon runs from Monday morning through Friday night. At all hours of the day, 3 members remain outside in rotating 3-hour shifts, holding signs, encouraging donations, and raising awareness.
You know, stuff that might not make a big difference in your world, but is going to make a lasting impact for the people that down home work with.
Students say the cold is temporary, but the comfort their efforts help provide can last a lifetime. With photographer Celia Bierke, Hallie Sanders, Campus News.
With the help from the community, Alpha Tau Omega raised over $47,000 for Down Home. NDSU's Childy School of Music recently hosted its 43rd annual Jazz Festival. The event brings high school and junior high musicians from North Dakota and Minnesota to perform. NDSU also brings in guest artists from across the country to hold clinics with the students and perform 2 concerts with the NDSU Jazz Ensemble. The event is an opportunity for students to get an idea of what music is like at the college level.
And they go into a separate room and then work separately, like with the individual players or the band as a whole, just playing through something, trying it a different way. It's a little bit different approach than the teacher they have.
This year's Jazz Fest featured guest musicians from Sam Houston State University and the University of Idaho.
A Minnesota high school football player is committing to UND after a coaching change at Iowa State. Prior Lake offensive lineman Ethan Beckman was committed to Iowa State for a year before Cyclones coach Matt Campbell was hired at Penn State. He says Iowa State general manager had no room for him on the team after Coach Campbell left the team. University of South Dakota and North Dakota were also recruiting Beckman when deciding where to play football. The first-team All-State lineman says he really enjoyed the Grand Forks community, meeting new people, and coaching staff. Beckman plans to be with the team in mid-June. A new event aimed at boosting school spirit made its debut at MSUM. Reporter Nathan Stang and photographer Dallas Corral show us how Noise Night is creating a new game day experience for students.
Here at MSUM Nenzik Fieldhouse, there is a new buzz in the air, with $10,000 in scholarships to give out and a light show pregame to attract fans and students. This event is called Noise Night, and organizers created it with one goal in mind.
Make this a can't-miss event every year. Everybody knows they got to come to Noise Night because crazy stuff's going to happen.
Just a rowdy campus environment that you may find at larger universities.
Both the men's and women's MSUM basketball teams faced off against Mankato in a doubleheader. But the night was more than just about basketball. Attractions like a new tornado siren, free food, along with fans getting free t-shirts made Noise Night a memorable one. The goal is to attract more students to the sporting events.
Well, I usually don't go to these basketball games, but I saw the posters and it looked like a fun time.
Organizers are hoping to make Noise Night an annual event, one that everyone both on and off campus can enjoy.
So I think it's the beginning of a culture shift here at MSUM where there's amazing things happening on campus that feature students and what they're up to, and something that the community can be a part of too.
And with the sounds of the game, the cheering crowd, and an exciting atmosphere, Noise Night lived up to its name. With photographer Dallas Corral, Nathan Stang, Campus News.
MSUM football player Derek Tibbetts was one of the 10 students to receive a scholarship from Noise Night.
A Minnesota campus is letting students bring their furry roommates to college. Gustavus Adolphus College is piloting a pet-friendly residence hall starting this fall. The move makes Gustavus the first college in Minnesota to be a pets-friendly campus. The pilot is different from the standard emotional support animals coordinated through residential life. Students in their second year or above living on campus are eligible to apply. Gustavus says the program is designed to support students' well-being while also being thoughtful about shared living. And MSUM students are showing off their talent at the annual Battle of the Bands event.
I stopped by and had the chance to see what happens on and off the stage. Inside the CMU ballroom, the music may be loud, but so is the crowd. It's all part of MSUM's annual Battle of the Bands event. One of the bands that's getting the crowd going is Regolith Blue, whose lead guitarist won with a different band 2 years ago. He's grateful for the chance to be back on stage.
Battle of the Bands got me to perform in the first place, which is, I didn't think that I could perform. So it's really great for that, for confidence, for just getting out there. This is our first gig ever as Regolith Blue.
This year, only one other band is competing against Regolith Blue. Hard rock band Switchbound is taking the stage to grow their music reputation.
With opportunities like this, you can, get videos and get pictures and get your name out there a little bit.
For the bands, their music influence not only comes from the heart, but also from fellow musicians.
Songs we've mostly done hard rock. We've done one kind of punk rock song. So most of our inspiration, I guess we could say, derives from Foo Fighters, since we could feel like a lot of our songs sound like some of their songs.
By the end of the night, winning the battle again this year turned out to be bittersweet for Regolith Blue.
Felt pretty good, but it was also a little heartbreaking. It was I'm happy that we pulled it together. This is the first time we've ever played together. It's really cool. It was also that other band was really awesome, and I hope we can play with those guys in the future.
With photographer Lexi Hills, Jade Milner, Campus News. Both bands plan to continue playing together in the future and see where their music journey takes them.
And that's it for this edition of Campus News.
We leave you with more from the performances at this year's Battle of the Bands contest.
Thanks for joining us and have a great week.
Campus News is produced by the Television News Workshop in the School of Communication and Journalism at Minnesota State University Moorhead, in cooperation with Prairie Public Television.